So I remember that uh, hundreds of time when I would be writing my assignment, my homework at home, my mom will come and she would say, just stop it, come, eat first, and then you will do it. You cannot do it in just a few minutes. So first eat or take the tea, whatsoever it was, and then you can write. But now it's different. How? Like student can do their assignments faster than they can have a cup of coffee because that is because of the AI. They don't have to juggle around pencil and pen and a lot more things that we would carry, the stationery, I mean. We just have one tablet and laptop today. And the developed countries, not just, but also the second world and some of the third world countries as well. That is how it is changing. And the lesson plans that we teachers like we also can generate them in seconds. Like AI is super fast. It is also one of the drawback, and we will talk about later how to humanize. Okay, so before going to the very depth of the topic, I wanna tell you something. If you remember the poster that was shared about me in the beginning of the course, the topic was not this one, right? It was different. It was about the human-centric education in the age of AI. But now the topic is different. It is co-teaching with AI. Why I changed it? Because when I attended the previous three sessions, despite of the busy schedule, I attended all of them. So I observed the question that you asked the previous speakers. And I noticed one thing that like I was thinking to make the classroom humanized because it has become too robotic. It has become too AI oriented. So I was thinking to give a touch to all of you how to make it humanize, how to bring the human touch to the AI. But when I observed the questions, I thought and I observed that there is a lack of understanding of AI even. So before going towards the humanization of the classroom or humanization of the AI oriented classrooms, first we need to understand the behavior, the attitude, and what AI holds in the classroom, and how can we help, how can we take help from AI, because we don't know that, we don't understand it really well. And like AI is not just about ChatGPT. Like yesterday, a student came to me. I was sitting in a library, and he asked me when I asked ChatGPT this or this, the response is not like the one you are generating. And then I gave him some of the prompts, like write like this, and he laughed. Are you so formal with AI? Why? It was not about the formality or not or requesting AI or giving it the attributes of human, but it was how it should be dealt. And because at the end of the day, what matters is the response that you get from AI, right? So it is not just about the humanization, but in today's talk, we will also focus on how to use AI's tools. Though we cannot cover a lot of tools, we will just cover two or three of the tools or different prompts. But we will try to. I will share with you a complete document in which you can find a lot of uh, AI tools for different purposes. Okay, so now I'm sorry. So the let's begin with the question again. Okay, the first one you already noticed. How do we use AI? Because it can think deeper than we can think. And how do we use it without losing the real essence of ourselves? In the previous session, if you remember, by Dr. Tawfiq, he also uh, pointed out this thing that use AI being you, not losing your own self. And the third one is taking and bringing this technology into the classroom, but without turning the classroom into something robotic. Are you getting this point? That is the actual thing. And another question that may be addressed in today's session, it could be like, we don't you think that you as a human cannot forget the human being that you have brought to this world, right? So the goal that we are setting for ourselves in today's talk, it is not about the automation for the sake of ease, that we get more comfortable and we get more ease in our lives. No, it is just like transformation for the sake of tomorrow, for the sake of the meaningful interaction and meaningful learning. Okay, let me share the screen with you. And I hope it is visible to all of you, right? Is it visible?
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Okay, so the topic was co-teaching with AI to create future-ready classroom. First, we have AI and human. So we often say that human-centric education or human-centric learning or human-centric classroom. So what does actually human-centric means? It has multiple dimensions and aspects, but what we talk about is individual learner needs. That just you as a teacher understand the individual learner needs, and if you are familiar with the differentiated learning, you may understand this thing, right? And the second thing is creativity, to make your student creative, not just give them something ready-made. And the third thing is emotional well-being. It is covered by the psychological aspect of teaching, like from the educational psychology, I would say. But all these things, like you focus on individual learner in the classroom, their needs. You focus on the creativity of the learners, you focus on the critical thinking, you focus on emotional well-being, but all these things under a big umbrella, and that is the academic skills. So academic skills is really a broad term because it may vary for the languages, and it may vary for the science subjects. And then again, it can be different. Like the academic skills required for the biology student could be different from the student of chemistry and physics. There would be a lot of overlapping areas, but so academic skills can vary, but individual learner needs, creativity, critical thinking, emotional well-being, they can never vary. They can be the same. They should be the same. And that is what we need as teachers. And I will try to not to focus on the English language subject. I'm from that background, but I will not. I will just go generally that it can appeal to all of us very easily. Okay. So one thing more, a lot of you have asked questions, so try to get the answer to your question from the presentation. Though I will also open the questions at the end of this session, the question that you have already asked, and if you have any other question for that. But I will also try to cover most of the questions preliminary form, so it can save our time. Okay, when we talk about the AI, we have three kind of AIs today is available in education. Number first is generative AI. Number second is AI agents, and number third is agentic AI. Like generative AI is it makes you something new, like the context or anything. Like you can take example of Perplexity, ChatGPT, or Gemini, Grok, and so on. AI agents, they like the Auto GPT. If you have ever used it, they are the example of AI agents because it doesn't give you something new directly like ChatGPT normal, but it gives you a linear form of things that you can do. And then the third is agentic AI. It is used for adaptation and like it helps you in collaboration, not like the ChatGPT, but how can I say? Have you heard about Moody AI? If you have heard about Moody AI, that is what we use nowadays here in Indonesia in different schools. It like I will share the example later, but Moody AI is something where students can interact without a direct need of teacher. Teacher sets an account, then share the link with the students, then they upload their assignment, their videos or anything what they have, which help them understand their body language. Like the AI, Moody AI tells them how their facial expression was when they were talking, how about their body language and so on. So That is agentic AI. There is an agent available as a teacher, but it does itself, it does the job itself by getting the commands from the teacher or from the agent. So now today we are talking about the generative AI mostly, because agentic AI, the Moody AI is not freely available. It's like paid. So we'll just focus on the generative AI. Okay. So co-teaching with AI. When we say co-teaching with AI, what comes to your mind? Have you ever thought of it? Teaching, artificial intelligence, then human plus artificial intelligence, co-teaching of human and AI. What does it mean? Okay, so it is actually the collaboration or the bonding between teachers and the tools of generative AI to improve the teaching experience and the learning experience. Like how you can use AI tools with human touch, with not losing your own self. And number second, co-teaching with AI is the preparation of students for the world that belongs to tomorrow. I am stressing this thing from the very first day, if you have noticed, that you are preparing the students for the day that you have never imagined, and most probably the time that you might not survive till, because your student will live longer than you. If you are the lucky one, that's okay. There's an exception, I mean. But mostly you are preparing the students for the world that you have never seen, imagined, or never. You can go there, but not. Okay, the focus of co-teaching I would say it is personalized learning. And because AI, the best thing that I love about the use of AI tools is personalization. Because you know, you are using AI from your account, and if you just type the same prompt with someone else ChatGPT's account, the response will never be the same, because it has been habitual with you, the thinking pattern, your daily life activities, what you are thinking, what you ask, and everything. So this is personalization. And that is also we can do in the classroom. And the engagement in the classroom, we will talk about later. Okay. The teachers, should they transform the way they teach? Like we have one size fits for all in the classroom, like in the traditional methodologies. The time constraints are over there. There are diverse needs. So the challenge is, we have a challenge. First challenge is that we cannot have one size fit for all. We need diversity. We have diversity in the classroom, so the learning experience should be diverse. We have time constraint. Always and always, when it comes to education, we don't have enough time to focus on things. Another thing is, we need literacy that is based on digital tools, gadgets, and also not just one kind of learning, but hybrid learning in which human is involved, in which an AI tool is involved. And when we combine both of them, we get automation with both of them to make our life easier with perspectives. And number third is personalization, because the recent studies on the generative AI in the classroom have shown that it has increased the learning experiences by 30%. But how do you think that it has experienced? We, the third world countries people, we often think that ChatGPT or any AI can reduce creativity. It can harm us, and it has a lot of problems. I know them. That like if we set a stage for the negatives of generative AI, we can talk more than 2 hours. But that is not the real discussion, right? It will give nothing. at the end of the day. We need to use it in a way that it can boost the creativity. It can make the life easier for the students and the teacher both. Okay, so the topic, like we are discussing the very title. First was co-teaching, then the teacher's need for tomorrow, and the third thing is future ready classroom. When we say future ready, tomorrow is actually future. 10 years ago, 10 years from now will be is the future. 5 years from now is future. So how do we prepare students for tomorrow? How can we make the classroom that are future ready classroom? Number first is focusing on the critical thinking of the students. Number second is collaboration. Collaboration is a very broad term, and it is really very necessary for the students. So it is necessary for the teachers more than the students. Like you are the teacher, you should have collaboration with the teachers in the school that you are teaching in. You should have collaboration with the teachers in your town, in your city, and so on. And in today's world, if possible, with other countries, with other continents. And number third is adaptability, because the world is changing very quick. Like what I studied, for example, in my bachelor's degree is I'm clear that that is not applicable today. Like it was not 10 years ago. It was just 6 or 7 years ago, my bachelor's degree. But what I studied, now I cannot apply those things in the classroom. Why? Because it is a real quick change. So what I need adaptation. So if you as a teacher need adaptation, your student also need adaptation, because you're not preparing students for the age that you are coming from, but you are preparing students for the age that they are going to. And one thing here that it came to my mind, like just think about yourself when you were a student, and we all are student now. Have you had a teacher that you didn't like in your school because he was very senior, right? So why did you like that teacher? Did dislike that teacher? Because of his age, that he is above 50 or 60? No, because he did not adopt himself. He was thinking like the way he was 30 years ago. He did not adopt himself. That is the need of the future ready classrooms, that you at the first stage should be much energetic and quick in adaptation, so that your student can get that reflection from you. And the best way in today's world is the use of AI. I know hundreds and thousands of teachers don't know how to use AI now. Like they don't know what is the bad prompt and what is the poor prompt or good prompt. And they don't know what AI app they can use or tool they can use for a specific purpose. Even for their research purposes. That is really sad. And that is the lack of adaptability. Number second thing is for future ready classroom is under the when we said critical thinking, collaboration, and adaptability. So in adaptability, there comes technology. Like in the previous session, if you remember, when I was explaining that three-circle model of TPEC, technological, pedagogical, content, knowledge. So we have content when we have teaching methodology, and we have the use of technology, right? So now technology is AI, right? It is like AI-driven workforce for tomorrow. You are preparing the students for tomorrow, how they can survive in the market, where they can go and where they have to do the job. It depends on your subject. You may think and write the things that 10 years from now, the industry will demand from you. So you can prepare your students for those things that you think that industry would demand in the future. Not just what is industry demanding today and you are preparing your students for this. Because they will graduate after a few years, and when they graduate, this industry will not be available over there in the market. So what? Their skills will be of no use. Okay. So there's like, are you preparing your student for 2028 or 2030 or 2035? It highly depends on you. And there are a lot of strategies, tips, and if we go into the details of them, it would take a lot of time. So in short, better you connect with people from other countries in your subject and your industry. You have collaboration, and the best way is LinkedIn nowadays. So it will be better, and then also study different curriculums of different countries, which are better than you in development of their subject. It can also give you this idea that where are you heading and where they have headed. Okay, so when we use AI in education, it has a lot of abilities and capabilities, like it can analyze the data for you, assignments, the lesson plans, the lesson designing, pattern recognition of your rubric scoring, score rubrics, and a lot of other things. Number second, there is something missing, and that is natural language when we generate something from AI. Because the language is directly can, if you send me something now, I can directly say that this is generated by AI. So if a student, like as a student, I can say that, why not teachers? So how I know that this test is AI generated? Because I have used AI on daily basis from the previous like 2 years. When it has come, I'm using AI continuously, right? So now I understand everything. Not everything. I understand when someone come with the paragraph and I can read it, like this is not human. It doesn't have human touch. It is not a natural language. So this is something that we need to give such a prompt to AI, which can generate something with the human touch. No, that is also dishonesty in academia, but something that you can collaborate with AI. Like we say that we need a collaborator like AI, but when we get AI, we use the AI as the main source, and we do not even collaborate with AI. I would at this point, it's really simple. Okay, so AI is not your writer. It is not your mentor. It is not your principal in the school. It is the tool. It is a tool you can use. Like 2 months ago, I was conducting a session with students, like AI for students. The video is also available on YouTube. If you, some of you like, I will share, but that is in Urdu language. Only Pakistanis and Indians would understand it. So there I have discussed a lot of tools for students, not for teachers. Uh, so uh, there I said that AI is not your writer, which you can give a prompt and it can write complete research article for you and you can just directly publish. It's not impossible. It's not possible. It is AI tool. It is writing tool. It is not writer. There is a difference between these two things. Okay, so the same as a teacher, you can understand this thing. Okay, when we talk about AI, sometimes we think that like AI have replaced a lot of jobs now. So in the future, it can also replace the teachers, educators. But I personally don't believe it. It is open for debate, but I don't want to go to the detail. The reality is at 180-degree, and that is AI give you more chances and opportunities to make your teaching and learning experience in the classroom effective, right? How? It saves your time. It can make you rubric, and we discuss them later, different tools. Okay. So ethical concerns. Someone have asked this question also. So I have 2 slides on ethical concern at the later stage and how to humanize them. So the ethical concern, like it cares about privacy. Yeah. There is equity. Do you think there is or not? It's upon you. And over reliance, it is bad. If you over rely on I think it's not a good thing. I will give you some of the examples that how to use it effective or not. Okay, so here what we have here, attitude of AI towards education. Do you think AI has attitude or behavior? I personally think no. AI doesn't have any attitude. So what are actually we talking about? We are talking about that how the developers have designed the specific AI, how the data it has been trained with, is it biased? Is it inclusive? Is it Western centric? In the previous session, we had discussed this in detail. Like, for example, it is like nowadays it is said on a fun basis that DeepSeek, the generative AI from China, you cannot ask about a specific event. I don't wanna name it. You may understand. Okay. Similarly, if now you ask about the current Middle East conflict from ChatGPT, would it give you unbiased answer? Never. So what it has biasness and how to tackle this, I hope you have gotten the answer from the previous session. If not, you may go and watch the video again. Okay, how humans use it or misuse it in the educational spaces. That is really important. Yeah. And that is the attitude of AI comes here. Then when it comes to the use, it comes to the hands of humans. So AI actually reflects on the attitude of human beings at how we take the learning. Like there are two students, student A and student B, in the same classroom, in the same class or grade, and they will ask the same thing from ChatGPT, but definitely their wording style would be different. So do you think they will get the same response? Never. That is, AI is actually reflecting on what is your attitude toward learning or teaching. So, okay, so the human beings or the teachers are the ones that gives the value to the AI or the anything that we have. And we decide how AI works into the process of learning or designing lesson or anything it is. Yeah, we decide. It is really important. How you use AI later on, you will understand that how it should be used. Okay. And sometimes we think that it will take us our job because we think that it is dominating because you are using it like you have over reliance on it. You are using it uh, in a way that it will dominate you. You are not using your brain anymore. So it is not the use of AI. And there are a lot of questions about the attitude like domination, serving connectivity, the silence. Like if you use AI too much, you will become silent. You will lose your own voice. You will lose your own nature and your own touch. Okay, so if you approach it with humility, with creativity, with the ethical considerations that human hold, then AI will expand your teaching, your methodology, your pedagogy, everything, your classroom. But if you are approaching AI and using AI with hesitation, anxiety, and just to make your life convenient and just to control and so on, it will destroy everything. It will destroy your creativity, and it's not the way it should be used. Okay, so before we go into the teaching, like the tools, AI tools for teaching, first we understand the better prompt and poor prompt. Okay, so here we have prompt. What do you see in this picture? And there is another. Please describe the image in detail. Focus on the layout, color scheme, and everything. Okay, so for example, let's go and reflect on the real scenarios. Okay, I hope you can see my screen, right? The ChatGPT layout.
Yes, sir, we can see it.
Okay, so here I paste this picture. Okay, and I asked, what do you see? Okay, so this was the prompt. And now it is responding that in this picture, there are, for example, what is it? Wall decor, how it is decorated, how many frames are there, and what kind of color, what kind of things. Even it took the very minute details, right? That is how powerful AI have become in these years. Left side table, what it holds, and right side, what is it? There is, yeah. Okay. So you got this, but it doesn't tell you what you are looking for because you didn't ask, right? This was actually the poor prompt. Now let's the better prompt, this one. The same picture, and now I ask, please describe. Okay. You can read the prompt and you can read the response as well. Okay. So I hope it is very clear to you that now I asked, what did I ask? Please describe the image in detail, focus on the layout, color, scheme, wall art, furniture, and everything. Do not guess location. I also gave the limitation. So the good prompt is actually what you need and what you don't need. You have to write both of them. And now it gave me the answer. Okay. So let's go to another example. Now there is a prompt, make a lesson plan based on this. Like this is a prompt, right? Like based on this picture, make a lesson plan. But do you think it is a good prompt? No, because it doesn't have any subject, like which course or which field are you referring to? What are you teaching, and so on. But but there is one thing that, yeah, because of my previous history that I am using ChatGPT, as I told you, this is my whole history over here. So because of that history, it went directly for the language, communicative language teaching. Test on methods, because it knows about my history. So that is another case. But the question is, do I really need this one? No, I don't need it. So it wasted my time. So now a good one could be this one, using this image as a thematic visual prompt. Create a 45-minute ESL, English as a second language lesson pair for intermediate students. Focus on vocabulary related to home decor, time, colors, and special propositions. Include these things. Okay, so let's copy it and go edit this prompt. Okay, so now the previous response was also in the field of mine, but it was more general. Now it is completely specific, and I can now take this, I can alter and adapt it according to the need of mine. And if I need, even I can here include the minor details of my students, their background, their level of understanding, and everything. So it will become more and more targeted and to the point. Okay. So the example of, I hope you got an idea for the example of poor prompt and better prompt. Better prompt, just think about it like this. Someone asked you this prompt, and someone asked you this prompt. Which one is the indicator of clear communication? Obviously this one, right? So ask yourself a few questions before you are prompting AI, and then your response will shine. Okay, so AI-powered teaching toolkits. Let's there I have this list. I will share with you all the list, but we cannot discuss each and every AI tool over here today because there are too much. So we will just discuss one from each or one from two or three due to the time constraint. Because I think I'm sure you will ask a lot of questions at the end. So this one is Eduaide. Let's go to this one. This is Eduaide, okay? So when you open Eduaide, you will see this layout as you are seeing on the screen. When you log in it with your Google account or any, you will see this. So there is generator, organizer, history, and chat. A lot of things. We are working on generator. You have planning, presenting, practice, group activities, and everything. For example, we click on planning. So here you can say engagement, see engagement activities, lesson seeding, assessment measures, evidence statements, lesson plan, social emotional learning, SEL integrator, that is teaching theory, student-centered approach, and a lot of other things. Okay. So, for example, I want engagement activities for my next lecture. So here, what I am going to teach is nitrogen cycle. I wrote just nitrogen cycle for O level. I cannot go into the detail to write a lot of other things. This is not a good prompt. It is a poor prompt, but we are just giving you an example in eduaide.ai. So here I click on engagement activities. So when I click on generate here at the right bottom corner, it will generate the engagement activities for nitrogen cycle based on the understanding of O-level students. Okay, so I don't understand science. I don't know natural cycle what it is, and so, like the school, it is bygone. Yeah, but now those who are from this subject or this field, they can understand all these things. Now the same thing I need for listen seed. So I just click on listen seed, and I again click on generate. So now you can see the listen plan or listen seed here. Listen seed means like listen plan, listen designing, right? The objective, you have very clear objectives, everything available over here. You can also do this kind of thing with ChatGPT or Grok or Quen or any, but this is really easier than those generative AI. It is like agentic AI, I would say. Okay, there is a theory about our teaching methodology, PBL, if you have learned, project-based learning or learning by doing. It is different. Learning by doing is a bit different than project-based learning, but they are similar in some areas. So I click on this one, and again, I generate. Okay, so PBL plan the nitrogen cycle. Again, the project. Another methodology over here, they have given the student-centered approach, the syllabus starter, universal design for learning, UDL planner. Okay, the complete unit plan. If you need a complete chapter or unit, you can click on this one and you move on. Okay, social emotional learning. It connects to the more societal challenges and societal learning or societal impact of the learning. Okay, you just need learning objectives for something. You click on this one, right? Okay, if you are teaching in second world country or first world country, or maybe in an environment where you can implement differentiated instruction, you also have this option. So just click on this. Okay. Okay. Again, you have website option, you have document option as well over here. You can see on the screen. Let's click on the document. So here you just upload a document. For example, you have a PDF lesson plan already available, or you have which is given to you by your school, but you need that lesson plan to be adopted to today's need. For example, you think that it is just a little bit outdated, or you don't like some of the components or elements in this, and you want to adopt it according to today's need. So you can click on this one, right? Another is website. You just give the link of the website from where you are taking the material. Okay, have you heard about the socio-cultural theory of Lev Vygotsky? Yeah, of course you would have, because you are a teacher, so it's a basic thing in like Bloom taxonomy. So you have four elements, or the mediation, scaffolding, and two others, right? So scaffolding, you also have this one. Okay. And then I think we should just move on to the next one. Here we have presenting. Now the same topic, and you need something for presentation, for example. So just here, this code is anchor chart online. Under topic, nitrogen. Okay. Let's move to the second AI hours, I think. But it is still generating, so we should wait for it. Okay. Meanwhile, when this is being done, let's go to Grok and let's discuss something. Okay. So here, Grok, I always recommend everyone who asks me about AI, different applications, or even the basic one, the ChatGPT, to organize them, to keep it organized. Like here, you can see, I don't want to share my personal things with anyone. I'm not interested in anyone, but it's just for understanding and for sharing. Here, you can see at the left side of this is the Grok interface, right? So you can see one topic, another topic, and these things. Like today, I discussed this thing, for example, this week, and what I discussed in May and in June, and so on. So there are 10 or 12 chats. So whatever I ask Grok, I delete it immediately, because I don't want any AI tool or anything that I use to have a lot of things. So for example, this is language policy, or this one, fitness, about fitness. I mean, this about profile, or this about Mac OS understanding, like the operating system. So if I need something regarding Mac OS next time, I will not just write here in the new chat. I will go to this chat. I will ask in their chat, because it has my own history of my laptop, my Mac. So it knows about me. It knows about what version I'm using, what has happened in the past 2 or 3 or even a year. So it has the whole history available. So it can give me the answer specifically to that one. For example, language policy, this is one of my assignments, just for instance. So this is the name of the course, for example. So I asked something about it the language policy at the beginning of the semester, and then after 2 weeks, I want to ask something about it. So it will give me different answers, right? So if I have that specific chat available, it will be really helpful for me. And for AI as well, very convenient to give me the answer that actually I want based on the previous history. I don't have to repeat all the scenario again and again because it just knows it. It has it in the history, right? So that is what I suggest. If you have ChatGPT or any, you can do this thing. Like for example, you start it is very poor prompt. I don't want to show you the prompt actually, but when you do like this, you see new conversation over here. So you just click on it, you rename it, and you keep it for future. And if you don't need it, just delete it. Okay. Okay. So let's go back to Eduaide.ai. Okay, it's still taking time. So let's move towards the second one. Okay, here we go. Another AI for materials creation. For example, you want to create materials. I suggest you, when you create material or you adopt material, you use Gamma app because this one is convenient than Curipod and Book Creator. I have personally used Gamma app, and for material creation, like in most of the cases, you have the book available, right? The textbook, that is the best sort of material. But if you still need more material about it, you can use gamma.app. And if you want to adopt something like you have a lesson available in Cambridge system, but you are teaching in non-Cambridge setting, so you don't need to copy the Cambridge like the chapter or the unit or the lesson from the Cambridge system and directly teach in your school. Obviously, there is a very huge difference between both the education systems and the classroom settings and the facilities. So you need to adopt it. So you take that lesson plan from the Cambridge and you adopt it according to your need. We call it maxi adaptation or mini adaptation. If you are holding a bachelor's degree in education or from education background, you have a diploma or degree, you probably know about the adaptation, mini adaptation and maxi adaptation, in which what you do basically is you adapt material according to the culture, the language, the understanding, and the background of the student. And there are a lot of more things like the equipments. For example, it is chemistry, so you have laboratory. So what kind of equipments you have and what kind of equipments you lack. So when you are adopting, for example, a lesson plan from a country, and definitely you will not adopt a lesson plan from a country which is lower in status or development or education than you, because that is not of use. You will adopt lesson plan from the country which is better than you, right? In terms of development or education. So here, when you adopt something from a country that is better than you, you don't have that kind of resources. So to match it to your resources or the background of the student or the knowledge or the capacity of you as a teacher, you need to adopt it. So we have maxi adaptation and mini adaptation. In most of the cases, we do mini adaptation. And mini adaptation, we do it like when you go to the class and you have just 10 to 15 minutes, you can do it very quick. So you can use Diffit.me, this one, this Diffit AI. It is better than, and also Fluent Key. Let's take a look at the interface of okay, here, this one is also used for the Curipod. Curipod is used for curriculum design, material designing or creation. And Fluent, this one is used for Fluent Key for adaptation. So this is the interface. And if I go to the prompts and everything, it will take a lot of time. Okay, so for student creativity, you can recommend your student Tom, Lomin, and Kaber or any, but first try to use them. I have tried this one, voice mode, and it's really helpful. For feedback, okay, when we teach, we don't just need materials or adaptation or other things, but the most important thing is assessment or feedback. Like you assess the work of the student and then you give response to them. So you have Claude AI, but you have Gradescope, you have Julius. I personally recommend Class Companion GPT. This one is more convenient, and also Julius. Okay. AI literacy and safety. Also you can use. Okay. So there are some other tools, and someone in the suggestions asked about the specific tools for chemistry or mathematics. So I don't know about them, but I can tell you how to find out tools about your own subject. Okay. You have AI available. This is Grok. Okay. You are the teacher of chemistry. Click deeper search. You have deep search, deeper search, and think option. Click deeper search. And you are a teacher of chemistry. I will not say I teach chemistry because it has all my history. Okay, so this is the prompt. It is neither a poor prompt, neither not a good prompt. It can be improved very well, but due to time, we are just I can just tell you because we don't use AI for these purposes. 2 weeks ago, I had an assignment, and in the classroom, when we were discussing the things, the teacher asked one of us, and he responded that he created this this story with AI. What I responded, I told the teacher that I didn't generate the story with AI, but I found it with the help of AI because I asked ChatGPT all the themes that I needed, the level of understanding of students, and then I asked recommend me some stories which has the following elements. So he recommended me a lot of websites, and I then went there. I read 3 websites, and I selected one. This is called using AI with human touch. But you just ask AI, generate me a story on blah, blah, blah. What is your labor? What is your creativity? What is your work? You are neglecting, you are minusing yourself. Okay, so you ask this prompt, and you need AI tools for chemistry oriented chemistry subject. It is still thinking, searching, I mean. So it may take 5 to 6 minutes. It depends on the prompt and the thing that you are asking, because it normally searches more than 100 websites in the deeper search. So it will search different websites for you, and after that it will gives you the links and everything here. So till that time it will go. Let it go. We come here back, okay? So the question now was how to humanize the AI classroom. Because this is not just the question that you have a lot of AI available in the classroom and now don't know how to give the human touch back. But it is the question like you have not used AI to that extent because you are afraid of if you used AI, you will lose human touch. And this fear of your fear is actually a good one. It is to the point. It is valid. So how to tackle this fear of losing human touch? Today we talk about it. Okay. Number first, whenever you start the class, I suggest you to start with a story. Like, have you heard about digital storytelling. If not, there are a lot of books available, a lot of materials available. Go and read and understand what actually a digital storytelling is. So start with story, your lecture. Okay. So, and even you can use AI. You upload your lesson plan, what you are going to teach today, and ask AI to give you some jokes to the level of your students or a short story. And then when you narrate the story to the students, you ask for the debate. Now, the students don't know that you have used AI. And if they know, it's okay. You can tell them that you narrate the story with the AI, but you ask for the debate. The students do debate on it. So then you ask the students to create a story on AI and then ask them that, do you see any reflection of your own experience in that one or not? Now they can relate the real experience with the AI generated text. The cultural touch or the local color, etc. Another thing is there is another tool that is called Book Creator. The Tom app you already it is here. Create Book Creator and Tom app. You already have this Tom app available in your in the file that I will share. So you can create autobiographical stories, like ask your students. I mean, it can help you to relate your human experience with AI. Okay, number second that I recommend is reflection of the rituals which are not negotiable. It is a must. Like if you end learning with the AI response, do you think it is a good way? No. So you provide a reflective layer to what you have received from AI, right? Like when you generate something from AI, you also put your own reflection onto it and then ask your students to read it. Okay. Like the question, for example, what do you think about the AI's answer? You ask your student. You have something from AI, and then now you ask your student that, okay, so what do you think about this response? Is it okay for you? Do you think it is valid? Do you think it relates to your own experience? And if you think it's not a good one, how would you say it? That is called human touch into AI's use. And another question is, how did you feel while reading this? Do you feel connected? Do you feel being respected or not? Or do you think that it is something robotic going on in the background? So, is it resonating with your emotions? This is really important because AI is not dealing with emotion. It is just a brain, and the heart will be provided with the teachers, right? So you are the heart, and AI is your digital brain in today's world. Okay, number third, I recommend the when you design AI human collaboration challenges. How? See, like if you just use AI, that is not the goal. But if you make competition, co-creation, democratization with AI, that is the goal. So the goal is not using AI inside the classroom, but to adopt these things. Like AI and human intelligence, artificial intelligence and the human intelligence, or the writing generated by AI and writing generated by human beings. So you do it, you have two kind of writings available, and the students don't know about which one is from human and which one is from AI. You give them that poem or essay or the paragraph or whatsoever it is, and ask them that which one you think is AI, which one you think is human. Or you can also vote which one is better without telling them that this one is AI or this one is human. So this way you can boost your creativity as a teacher and your students' creativity as students. You also create an environment in the classroom for group project, and never ever ask your students not to use AI. Tell them use AI, and when they use AI, shuffle the group like we have the jigsaw. Then when the groups are shuffled, then ask one of them use AI and the other don't use AI for experimental basis, right? So now compare the results and then let them share both the results with each other. The group used AI and the group that didn't use AI, they share with each other. This is the human AI collaboration and also human touch and empathy in the classroom, which is lacking in AI, which is lacking in robots. Robots, robots don't have this attribute or this nature. Number 4, I recommend AI ethics. Someone have asked about this as well. How can we take care of the ethical consideration while the use of AI? And it is the most asked question whenever I have attended any seminar or conference, international or national. A lot of people ask about ethical consideration. Okay, you, as a teacher, you are a guide, right? So do you think you are only the guide for the content? I don't think so. Because the information or the knowledge or the things or the elements, they are available online, internet, and anywhere in abundance. And your students are smarter than you. Believe me, they are smarter than you. So you are not the content guide, but as we discussed in the previous session, that technological, pedagogical, content, these three knowledges are important. So for the teacher, more important thing is the conscience, not the content. Number second thing, while teaching ethical consideration with daily life experiences, show bias. I mean, it shows bias, the AI, and you should clarify the biasness or the bias that AI holds or AI shows during response. So, and now let the students edit out the bias in that text, right? For example, you generated something on AI and there is biasness. Tell them that there is, first ask them, do you see any biases in this writing? It will give them some time, some room for critical thinking. This is the way you improve the critical thinking of the students, as we talked in the beginning, that is the key element for the future ready classrooms. Then you give them hint or key, or you completely tell them that this is the actual biasness, and now you are the student to edit the biasness and remove it completely, and then you give feedback. Another thing, there is an AI, Perplexity AI. I think I have opened it. I have it here in my Safari. This one is Perplexity. No, this is not Perplexity. It is closed now. This Perplexity, this one. Yeah. So you can use this AI. This has search, research, and thinking option. Oh, sorry, this is not available. The search and research. For example, you need research articles, you can also use it as a researcher, but the teacher is also very helpful in terms of this one. To explore ethical dilemmas in schools, surveillance, privacy, equity, and everything. And the question, what makes an AI output ethical, kind, and inclusive? This is your assignment from today's session, right? So first thing is you find out this, and then you can also ask your students this question, make groups, and they can answer the question to this question. Okay. Number 5 thing for humanization of the classroom in AI's age, the pace. You know, okay, you are faster on AI, definitely AI, right? But you know, deep learning, do you know about deep learning? I hope you know. If you don't know, I recommend you just read about deep learning online. What is deep learning? So in AI, it is very fast, like faster than anything, I would say, at least human. So it creates anxiety and stress for the students. And we just think that we just gave a 40-minute lecture. But actually, if you remove that AI, you cannot do that 40-minute lecture in even a week. So you are actually exhausting your students, which makes unnecessary stress over them. And it is AI, a robot, which doesn't have anything with the stress. It can handle anything. But your students are humans and they cannot. So you need to focus on deep learning tips and strategies. And for that purpose, you need some silent working zones. I name it silent working zones. You give them some time to be silent and do their own work or in groups, but probably alone. So it is like silent spaces, which gives them relaxation. Like actually they're working, but they get relaxed with it. And you can also create a day in the week, like AI free Fridays or AI free Thursdays, anything. That day you will not use any AI tool in the classroom or any gadget. So it can reduce the stress which is produced due to the use of technology or gadgets, right? And the day that you are not using AI, you can ask your students to do their task manually, or any day when you are using AI, so you need to be to get slow, not to be so fast. You just ask your student to do anything by themselves, and after that, when they are done, now you use AI and then reflect on it, not to replace it, right? Because when they use AI, most of the answers will be completely same. But if they don't use AI at the first stage, they will have a variety of answers. Now they upload their own work to AI for enhancement, for improvement. So now when they come with the final one, again, there would be diversity in the classroom. And that is what we need in the future ready classroom, the diversity, right? And also they got room for critical thinking when they were writing by themselves or doing by themselves. They also got time for the creativity. What happened here? Okay. So let's go to Grok. I think it is done. Yeah. After thinking for 6 minutes, 24 sources, here we have some tools available for chemistry. ChatGPT available for this one, key features this one, and Wolfram, Sizzle, Math. Okay, so this was just a demo that you can find tools highly related and relevant to your subject using AI. Just ask AI to recommend me this, and it will give you that, right? For example, sometimes when I cannot download a research article, though we have it available, but sometimes if it is not, I just ask AI, how can I download this article? I provide the link and the name, and it suggests me some other sites, and I do it from there very easily. So this is the way you use AI, not just doing your assignments and everything, right? You just got an assignment of 1,000 word essay and you came here and please write this for me. What is this going on? It's not the use of AI that you are doing with it, like, right? It use it for the ease, but not the way that it is. Okay. So humanization, let me quote here that the best AI in the world cannot notice when a student shoulders slump, when they nudge, okay, or when they smile. It cannot celebrate when they say their first sentence in a new language. Isn't it like this? Can AI celebrate it? Never. Can AI smile? It cannot smile. It cannot pause. It is very fast. It cannot weep. It doesn't have any emotion, but you can. So you are human, you have human attributions. and AI doesn't have. Okay, so when we use AI and when we don't use AI, this was a question from one of the participants that when we use AI. So here, when you need clarity for something, when you need examples, for example, for something, that is like clarity for something. We want to simplify some text or summarize some text or drafting, or you need, for example, you made a test for your student, now you need scoring rubric, you can ask AI, that is clarity. Feedback is, but don't generate the complete test on AI, because AI doesn't know about your students. Better you do, like you can tell AI your background, the student's background and everything, but AI doesn't feel the way you teach in the classroom, the way you have provided the material, the way you have engaged, and the way your students think about the subject you are teaching. AI cannot do that for you. AI cannot imagine that. So better you prepare the test by yourself and then you ask for the rubric, so it's okay. Okay. Feedback is heavy. Yeah. The feedback, that is very heavy. So you can use AI for the preliminary drafts and the quizzes, the quiz analysis, I mean, or auto grading. Yeah, you can do grading with AI, but this needs, okay. Cognitive scaffolding is helpful. Okay, first I would recommend, if you don't know about the SCT, socio-cultural theory, and all its four components, first understand it, and then you will better understand the cognitive scaffolding or the Bloom taxonomy. Also, I recommend highly to understand the Bloom taxonomy, because if you don't know the fundamentals or the foundation of teaching or methodology or pedagogy, if you're dealing with AI tools and everything, it's just useless because you don't know the philosophy of teaching. Like I have, for example, master's degree in English literature and linguistics, but that doesn't qualify the fact that I am eligible for teaching of English. I hold a master's, for example, in physics, but it doesn't qualify the fact that I am eligible for physics teaching. No, because that is just knowledge. ChatGPT has more of it. Google has even more of it. The real thing is, am I a teacher? Do I have that attributes of teacher? Can I prove it? Do I understand the methodology, the pedagogy, and everything? So that is necessary. If you don't understand, please read about it. So AI suggestions, like their prompts, the structures, and sentence starters. Even you can develop, you can write a prompt with AI and then use that prompt. Yeah, it's also possible. And you can use AI when it is needed as an assistant tool, not as a performer completely, not as author, not as writer, but as assistant, as a tool for co-creation. So never replace your own self with AI. When you stuck, you directly use, okay, let's do it with AI. No, just calm down, take a diary, write. If you don't like writing, as I don't like normally, write in Notepad and Word on your laptop. You can just speak and record with AI text app. That's also possible. You can also talk to your AI assistant. Okay. And then when do you need to pass AI? When you are assessing or grading the original thought or voice, because it loses the natural touch. For discussion, for empathy, for storytelling, don't use it. No, for storytelling, you can generate, but it should be highly customized on what it is, the culture that you are telling the story, or the student, they're coming from the culture, that culture, I mean. And when you need something creative, like poetry, drama, personal narratives, if you're writing these things with this, it is nothing. Like everyone can then write poetry if it is from AI, right? Okay. Building trust and relationships. Yeah, that is very important. Like if AI is that powerful, we don't need even the physical classroom. We don't need the school building. but we will lose after a few years. No one will understand human behavior. No one will understand how to collaborate. No one will understand how to ask something from someone. That is why it is necessary to be in the classroom physically. Okay. So today, this was about it, and let's go to the questions that you guys have asked. I hope you are seeing it. So there are the questions in the red one. I hope they have been answered in the discussion. The first one from Sana Jalal. How can we use AI for self-learning and purposeful education? Because now everyone use AI so that it can be utilized to learn effectively, how it is helpful for students. Though today's session was for the teachers mostly, like there are a lot of tools which I discussed in a session 2 months ago. So this person, I request you to kindly reach out to me later and I will provide the link to that recording of their session. So that has a lot of tools even for research purposes as well. Second question, Fatima, what AI tools can enhance students' engagement and understanding in the classroom? And I think it's already answered. I'm sharing this file with you. Or where is the file? This file. Okay. So here you have for the engagement, some tools. Okay. And also the Eduaide.ai. And also you can use Canva. You can use Padlet. Write these names with you. Padlet tool, Canva tool, Mentimeter, and there are some which I don't have in my mind now, but I will share in the list as well, those as well. Okay. There is another question from Dr. Tadisi. I'm sorry for the bad pronunciation, dear doctor. I understand that AI can support teachers in a number of ways. How am I concerned about AI applicable in all? Yeah, I personally think it's applicable in all level of education, in any age group. I personally think the answer is a big yes. Okay, there is another question from Hendrita, and this is the green one. I mean this one. When it is okay to use AI within school context? I answered the question just a moment ago in that last slide. Another question from Tabassum, how can teachers inculcate AI ethics? Yeah, it is also answered in 4 to 5 slides. Alicia Uruj, how can artificial intelligence be effectively integrated into interventions? Yeah, this question I think is also answered, but it's more educational psychology based, and I don't know about psychology. That's not my domain. But some of the components of this questions have been answered. Okay, Oraza Irshad, how to discipline and still keep engaged students in the classroom? This question, and then question from Mahnur requesting for such kind of a chemistry specific, this one, and then Ariba, can you teach about research? These 3 questions I will not entertain because they are not related to the topic AI. This one is from classroom management. We can talk about it later, but not now. We can talk about it personally, not here because of the time constraint and the participants are not here for this topic. So from someone, how can a home tutor motivate students, especially children, to focus on understanding concept instead of relying? It's very subjective thing because motivation depends on, I mean, like, I'm not going to tell of the motivation, intrinsic instruction, and extrinsic, and what kind of tool you use, but it depends on the subject. It depends on the background. I cannot directly tell you the ways in which I'm sorry, the ways in which you can motivate your students, because it depends on the age group, the background, and I don't know about them. And I don't even know how you interact with them. So it is completely between you and your students, and you find out where they lack. Like, you give them motivation, but motivation has a lot of aspects, like for what kind of task they need motivation. Maybe they are highly motivated in some certain areas, but they just need a little bit push in very minor things. Okay. So where is another question? And the second thing, there is another part of this question, rote learning. That is also a methodological gap in the third world countries, the conceptions. Okay. Another question is the concern about kids in the rural areas. Yeah, I understand this, dear colleague Nom Tandazo, that I think we can have some AI apps that can work offline, but I don't think so. There are some available that can offline. Yeah, there are available. You can download the full version, but it is very heavy, and then you can use them. But they're very limited, like 95, 99% of the AI tools are. So without the access of internet, uh, I stuck here. I don't know how to tackle this, and this is not something imaginary. This is a real challenge. I know. Like in my country, in Pakistan, this issue exists. Even in here, maybe in Indonesia, in Kalimantan, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. So another question is Muhammad Adnan. What roles do human teachers and AI each play in co-teaching? The whole lecture was about this one. Okay, so this question, specifically the yellow one, they can contact and we can talk about it personally, but now we cannot take the time of all the participant. And now the floor is open for your questions. If you have any further question, you can unmute yourselves and you can ask. Thank you for listening very eagerly.
Mohsin Ali, you may unmute your mic. Mohsin Ali.
Yes, please.
Mohsin Ali, you have your hand raised. You can't unmute it? Okay, one sec.
Yeah, now I can unmute. Thank you so much, sir. You have giving a fascinating and an insightful lecture on AI and other three lectures. But I just want to ask that can we do that? Just write a paragraph on by own, and then we give to ChatGPT or other AI tool to make it clear and make it grammatically without. I mean to clear from the grammatically mistakes. Can we do in research or in any academic thing? Can you understand my question?
Yeah, I got your question. I will just articulate on the question that you mean to say that if you write your own original writing and then you just repressed for the sake of your grammatical errors,
Grammatically mistake. Yeah,
would it be still caught by Turnitin as AI or not?
I don't know. Can you answer this?
Yeah. This is your question, I mean.
Yeah, yeah. This is my question.
Actually, this is important to understand that how Turnitin or AI work. Actually, Uh, one of my colleagues told me that he can generate text on AI, the pro version, which cannot be detected with Turnitin. But I don't believe, and I don't think so. Actually, he added that what Turnitin does is catch the pattern, the connectivity, the coherence, and the cohesion between the lines and ideas, which is very fluent in AI-generated text. And it is like 100% error-free. It doesn't have any error. That is why Turnitin call it AI-generated text. Secondly, if you go to Google and you search about Quora, you know Quora website, there people have posted a lot of complaints against Turnitin. They say that their original piece of writing have been entitled as AI by Turnitin. What does it show? It shows that when you write a complete perfect writing which has no grammatical error, which has no coherence and cohesion mistake, it will be caught as AI. But that is only 1% in 99% cases, like, because we humans are not that perfect. So when you break that cohesion and that structure of AI, it will not be caught by AI. But that is really impossible, because you cannot break that. If you want to break that, you have to rephrase it. And when you rephrase it, it is like, again, the long labor work. So for your case, when you write your own piece of writing and you just rephrase, it will be caught as 100% AI by Turnitin. So what you have to do, if you are concerned about the grammatical mistakes only the grammar, there are Grammarly, there is Grammarly, there is Quellbot, and there might be other tools as well. You can purchase like the pro version, very, very, like, not too expensive, and you can use them. But if you need for the good writing structure, I think it's better to work on your writing structure rather than using AI for this purpose. A lot of people nowadays using humanization tools where they write on ChatGPT and then humanize it with another tool. But the problem is, actually that humanizer or that humanizing tool, what it does, it breaks that pattern. It breaks that pattern, so that it cannot be caught by Turnitin. But Turnitin itself says, when you generate something on it, when you check something, there is a sentence in the second page of the result of Turnitin, which says that the check of Turnitin with AI is limited. You, as supervisor, can detect by reading the text whether it is innovative, creative, or not. So if you write something on ChatGPT and then you rephrase it or humanize it with a humanizer tool, you can pass Turnitin. Turnitin will say it is okay, it doesn't have any AI. But what about creativity? What about ideas? What about novelty? Will that be cited in the research arena? Will that be accepted in Scopus journals? No. Though you can pass your master's and PhD thesis. Okay, I hope you have got the answer. Anyone else? If anyone have any question, please, you may raise your hand and okay, I think there is no more questions, so I will just shed light on the upcoming. Okay, I will unmute you. The name is this one? Okay. Yeah, you can unmute yourself now.
Yes, hello, sir. Thank you so much. I don't really have a question because you already answered my question, but I just wanted to say thank you for the session because listening to the whole concept of technology, ChatGPT, DTP, and everything, it really helped me to understand now why a lot of our children at school, they are not participating or even understanding certain concepts because it is an eye-opening. Children are using it more now, but they still don't understand the fundamentals of it and how damaging it can be. Yes, it's helping, very helpful, but they are just trying to get a shortcut out of school. So thank you so much. Now it is more clear on what is it that we can do to actually utilize it with more care and something that can now help us to have a now broader view of how we can collaborate what we do at school with technology. So thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for your kind words. Appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, so I think there is no more questions. So as you were informed in the group that is to it cover plagiarism or humanized version also count plagiarism. There is a question. Actually, one is the Turnitin AI detection, and one is the Turnitin plagiarism check. They are different. When you upload your document, they have different sections. One section is completely for plagiarism, where you upload a document and it tells about the plagiarism, not about AI. And there is another section where you upload a document, it tells about the AI generated text, not about plagiarism. So they are tested separately. Okay, there is another question I must say. No, it's not. Thank you. Okay, so they are differently, like Turnitin assess them on different bases, on different aspects. One is plagiarism, it matches your text with the online sources, and one is AI, which read the pattern of the writing, whether it is human pattern of writing or robotic AI. Yeah. So, okay. So as you were informed in the group about the presentation and the project, I will share the project within these 2 days with you. Not the project, I mean the instructions. You will do that report about these all 4 sessions, and we will select 5 to 10 good reports. We will give them separate certificates, like you all will get certificates. All those who have attended all of these 4 sessions, they will get certificate. Anyone who have missed any session, he will not get any certificate. So, but those who what is it? The report is up the mark. We will select 5 to 10 reports, and then we will offer them space to present. We will have another session after this, after a week, or after you submitted the report within the given deadline. And then if they want, they can present about their report or anything they want. Okay, so it will be like engaging a collaborative session for all of you, so you can also collaborate in the future as well. One thing more, in the month of October, like 3 months or 4 months from now, 3 months or 4 months, 4 months from now, we will have another course, and that will be oriented to education, not psychology and education, but education specifically. For education, if there is any course available, the Mindscape team will inform you, but they have a lot of projects. If you are from psychology, you can follow the Mindscape and you want follow up on these things. But for this one, we will have another course, so stay tuned for that one. Another thing that I want to add, if you have any kind of question or anything, you all know about my contact number. You just ask, you can ask me, but please, when you ask, then wait for the response. When I read and I respond you, it sometimes take a few days even. And the most important thing, especially for the ill-minded people, yes, minded, I know my words are not very appropriate and academic, but I don't have another way not to use it. There are some guys, I cannot specify a specific country, who are approaching the opposite gender in the group. Like they go there to their personal chat and they message them. If anyone we receive complaint about, we will expose them, and we will also whatever we can do, we will do. Okay, so just be sure about this thing. We have zero tolerance policy on this thing. Messaging to inappropriate person from the group, showing disrespect to the team or the opposite gender or whatsoever it is. I hope you understand all the points that we just came across. So thank you so much. Have a good evening, Pakistanis and Africans and other countries, and have a good night to those connecting from Malaysia and Indonesia or Thailand. Okay, Ms. Anika, now you can wind up the session.
Thank you so, so much, sir. This was an absolutely incredible session. I'm sure every participant here had something that they could take from it. I definitely learned a lot. It changed a lot of my opinions throughout this course, especially in this last class about artificial intelligence. And I'm sure everyone can relate to that. So thank you very, very much for it. And even though the feeling is bittersweet, we did reach the end of our shared journey. But what we've created here is much more than a course. It's a community. It's a reminder that teaching is not just a profession, it's a commitment to building spaces where others can grow, thrive, and be seen. So to Mr. Waqas Ahmed, once again, thank you very, very much for being the heartbeat of this initiative, for lending your expertise, your incredible warmth and vision to every step of this process. Honestly, your leadership has shaped this course in profound ways, and your belief in tech-integrated, learner-centered education and in us has given everyone something to aspire to. Although this class marks the official closing of teaching with psychology and technology, it's far from the end. We remain hopeful and excited for what the future holds, and while nothing is set into stone just yet, we do look forward to many more opportunities for collaboration between Mindscape and Talent Quest, as Mr. Waqas had hinted. And we're not quite done, because we'll soon be holding a project presentation session, just as Mr. Waqas had mentioned. The instructions will be provided to you within the group chat, so please keep updated there, where selected participants will be invited to share the work they've developed throughout this course, the ideas they've generated, so that they can get creative as well. So this is your moment. It's your chance to showcase your growth, your creativity, and your voice. Thank you, each and every one of you, for being part of this journey, for showing up, for thinking critically, learning openly, and being here, being present. That means a lot. And before we part, I'd like to leave you with a quote that I came across last night by William Butler. And he's an Irish poet. No, not someone who used AI for generating poetry. He captured the essence of teaching with extraordinary simplicity. And he once said, and I quote, "Education is not the filling of a pill, but the lighting of a fire." So here's to the fires you've all lit, and to the many more you will go on to spark. Have a brilliant day, everyone. And once again, thank you so much, Mr. Waqas Ahmed.
Thank you all, and good night.
Good night.